The International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement is a global humanitarian network of more than 190 countries. Do you know how it began? It came into being at the initiative of a man named Mr. Henry Dunant, who was the founder of the movement. In 1859, Mr. Dunant, a businessman, was passing through Solferino, a village in northern Italy. At that time, Franco-Sardinian forces clashed with Austrian troops nearby, and more than 300,000 soldiers got injured or died in the fight, in which about 40,000 of the wounded were left in the battlefield. Mr. Dunant was revolted by what he saw and immediately decided to devote himself to providing aid on the battlefield. He used local churches as temporary field hospitals and worked together with military doctors and local residents to take care of the wounded from both sides impartially. After that, Mr. Dunant realized the importance of protecting the wounded soldiers and army's medics. He wrote A Memory of Solferino, which was published in 1862. In his book, he set out two major ideas. First, relief societies should be formed to train volunteers in medical skills in times of peace, for the purpose of providing medical care to the wounded during wartime. Second, an international agreement should be developed to guarantee the neutrality and protection of those medics and field hospitals. His book and the ideas found a positive response among a number of influential people of his time. In 1863, Mr. Dunant, along with 4 others, formed the International Committee for Relief to the Wounded, later known as the International Committee of the Red Cross. In the same year, the committee held an international conference in Geneva. 16 countries and 4 civil societies adopted the concepts suggested by Mr. Dunant, introducing a unified emblem for the medical services, a red cross on a white background. In 1864, the Swiss government convened a diplomatic conference in Geneva, and the delegates from 12 states signed the Geneva Convention for the amelioration of the condition of the wounded in armies in the field, which was also the first Geneva Convention. It sets out limits to war, offering protection to wounded and sick soldiers on land, and recognized the single distinctive emblem, Red Cross on a white background, for protecting all army medical personnel, military hospitals, and ambulances. In the following years, national societies were established in different countries. It trained voluntary medical personnel in peacetime and provided relief to wounded soldiers during wartime. Later, the national societies also expanded their auxiliary role in providing services for the protection of life and health in case of public emergency. The League of Red Cross Societies was founded in the aftermath of World War I to coordinate the relief work. It is now responsible to meet the needs before, during, and after disasters and health emergencies, and to improve the lives of vulnerable people. It also supports the long-term development of the national societies. Mr. Dunant and the movement received international recognition for their humanitarian work and were awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1917, 1944, and 1963. Today, the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement brings together more than 190 national societies and 80 million people, all united to alleviate human suffering and provide assistance to the most vulnerable people. All of the above works were inspired by the ideas and actions of Henry Dunant more than a century ago. The 2 ideas from his book have led to the creation of a global humanitarian network and driven the development of the legal framework on wartime practices, making a profound impact in the world. Everyone's strength is of great importance. We can also take that extra step in life and practice humanity.